Let's go.
All right, boys. You know what time it is. It's time to talk that stick. We got Paul here. What's going on, brother? How's your week been?
Pretty good,
Trash,
man.
dude.
No, it's pretty good. You see, I got the Northern Lights jersey on here. My boys
Don't wash
made it
them.
to the final, so we got our game on Monday. And if we win that, then we're off to provincials. So let's go. Beer League heroes.
Dude, the Beer League heroes. You gotta love those stories. Jared, what's been going on? I'm loving the shirt once again, buddy. You always got a fit check before, hey, with your girlfriend before you show up here, hey?
She does.
Yeah.
I got another one for next week.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to rotate. Because I'm not going to buy 15 of them. Maybe I will. I kind of like them. I kind of fuck with them, to be honest.
So your week's been pretty dull, it seems like, huh?
Nah.
What have you been doing?
Nothing.
Fit checking.
I don't
check it.
I don't have a job. I lost my license. I haven't eaten in 4 days.
Yeah.
I take a sip of water and I'm stuffed.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. My week was fine. It was boring, but it was good. I had a good weekend and it was good. And I want to talk about my hockey team, so we're not going to talk about hockey. So we should just talk about like couches or something, or moving your dryer.
No, dude. Honestly, bro, I've had a fantastic week. I just started coaching for my ball hockey league. We won our first game, 10-0. Absolutely pumped them. And then we had a game today, which was a little bit unfortunate, a little bit of dirty games playing. And they're 9 years old, man. You got kids. They had a kid. So today, like, we have this kid that plays like Cale Makar, right? Like, actually, like, he's a little guy. He speeds through the whole thing, right? And he's dangling out the whole thing, dude. And I had this literally the whole game just pushing the kid into the board. We're pumping him 2-0 at the beginning. And then as soon as we started winning, like the other team started getting so chippy, like actually like beating him up. I had to call a timeout. And then literally I was like, okay, guys, like it's time to calm it down. Let them make the bad plays, right? And then the other coach heard me and he's like, no, you hear that? They said, calm down. Let's keep hitting. And
You're like, take your stick and just...
Yeah, no, seriously. That's how it went, dude. I had 6 kids on the bench, ice packed up. I'm not joking. I'm seriously. I had 6 of my best players on the bench, ice packed
9
up.
years old, and this guy's a hardo saying like, attack the knees. Like, what are we doing?
I mean, that's me as a coach, though.
Yeah,
you on the face-off, you just choke up on your stick and you put it right in the...
No, dude. Granted, like we were talking about this off the pod. Like I want to be that coach. It's like, okay, like you know, they hit you back. They hit them back 10 times harder. But dude, they're 9 years old, bro.
But you gotta start off strong.
Yeah, but this is ball hockey. You're not allowed to hit.
Thing's a weapon, buddy.
Yeah, well, they've been using that ball inappropriately. So
stick to your game plan.
Yeah, exactly. You just gotta.
It'll work out.
You're making a bunch of lady bings.
Yeah, I am.
It's good though.
No, exactly. I want to build team chemistry with them, and it's something I want to do. But boys, we have a lot to talk about today. We got Pittsburgh Penguins climbing the East. We got Sidney Crosby MVP potentially. We got the Eastern Conference race getting intense with these 4 teams fighting for those last 2 spots. We got the Western Conference matchups, how Canucks are kind of looking like Fugazis this year. Sorry, Paul. And we've got the New York Rangers and the Devils matchups. What do you boys want us to start with?
We have to start with this. I don't know if you call it a race in the Eastern Conference because it's kind of the race to fail. Like, who wants it? And honestly, it seems like Pittsburgh's the only team that wants it.
To me, it seems like a boxing round in like the 10th round. Like, who wants it more?
Yeah,
they're both on the ropes. Like, it's shot for shot. Who really wants it the most? And you're right, Pittsburgh, dude. Like Crosby wants it so bad. He's putting that team on his back.
Finally, the veteran leadership is saying, like, boys, like, because these are all playoff games for Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Detroit, Washington, Philadelphia, who choked bad. Like, this is
smelling like Florida last year, dude. And if they play with the same level of intensity they're playing with it now, they could even pull off.
I said the exact same thing.
This feels like Florida, dude.
Couldn't agree more.
And it's not even that. I think the biggest thing for Pittsburgh this year, and I hated it at first when all Pittsburgh fans are upset. Gensel's gone. Right?
Maybe not for long.
But
maybe not for long.
Who knows? But
what did I tell you?
But Paul, granted, dude, when he got him, he's like, dude, Gensel's gone. I'm sorry for that. But you're going to fucking love Bunting. You're going to love him. And I was like, no, not a chance, not a chance. And then he's like, no, he's that guy that, like, you know, gets to the net, gritty nose guy, and he pisses other teams off. And what do you know? We're 15 games in with him playing, and Bunting has fucking been fantastic. He reminds me, he's Patrick Hornquist-esque.
Yeah.
Like, he is. He plays like that's what we needed. Yeah, it sucks that we lost, you know, a premier goal scorer, but it almost seems like we didn't really need him. And that's something big to say. Like, Jake Gensel's a great goal scorer, but asking for like 11 mil Nylander money, which is fucking outrageous in my opinion, it's been nice, man. Last games we have been 6-0-2. And you know what's even more of a wild stat? Nedeljkovic has played the last 8 games.
All of them?
All of them.
Guy's a starter.
Well, dude, you can't.
Ned's a starter.
Yari, man, you can't trust him. He's such a liability. Like,
what's going on with Pittsburgh goaltenders where they think they have their guy, and then the next guy comes in and just takes over? Because this has gone back to Marc-Andre Fleury and Matt Murray.
When you guys,
like, Fleury is still, he's crushing it. But then Murray comes in, takes the job. Jari comes in, takes the job. Ned comes in, takes the job. It's almost as if it doesn't really, like, just stop a puck. Yeah. Stop a puck, and Sid will do the rest.
You know what it is? It's the defense around them, right?
Yeah.
Like, we always want to, like, as a Penguins fan, like, I'm going to say we here, right? But we always want our goalie to be the star of the show. And then when our defense is just terrible, like Erik Karlsson, like, he's been great. Don't get me wrong.
He's got like what, 50 something points?
50 something points now. But like in the defensive zone, he's a disaster.
Yeah,
he's a disaster. He gives up the puck way too much in the defensive zone, and he makes stupid plays. Right, which makes the goaltending look shoddy. Right, because It's like you're getting these high dangerous shots. Like, I don't know if you saw when I was texting you versus Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
we were up 4-1. 4-1.
A lot of bad stuff happened.
And dude, speaking of that, the referee.
Yeah.
When have you ever?
Oh my god!
When have you ever seen a ref just get bodied like that?
That was genuinely scary.
It is. He was unconscious for 20 seconds.
Genuinely scary.
Yeah.
Like, when they're not as padded up as, and not that it matters when you get bodied like that, and the check itself, but it's his head hitting the ice after was the scariest part. And neither one of them fared well after that, but that was truly like hard. I couldn't imagine trying to step back on the ice and continue playing after something like that happens, right? Like,
no, and Hayden Fleury ended up leaving the game as well.
That's right. Like, nobody was okay in that. Like,
no,
it wasn't.
Well, and I wish a speedy recovery for both of them, but like right there, right, we were up 4-1. And then it was Erik Karlsson blowing the play up, lost the puck in the zone, and then another penalty comes for Pittsburgh. Of course, that's another problem, is we can't stay out of the fucking box, right? Which sucks because you want to be aggressive, but you also want to hold your lead. So they're playing in between, like, you know, being aggressive and holding the lead.
Definitely.
But that's the problem. Then they make stupid plays, and then they boom, 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 and then now it's tied 4-4.
You can't give that to Tampa. Like,
no, you can't.
Their power play is still so deadly.
They have the number one power play in the league, Tampa Bay.
And Stamkos seems like nobody's talking about him. What does he have, like 37, 38 goals?
Yeah.
Like, the guy's going to
still Steven Stamkos.
The guy's going to get 40 goals this year.
Especially if you leave him.
Nobody's spoken a word about it.
Especially if you leave him right open on the left side.
Like, in Ovechkin's kitchen?
Yeah, Ovechkin's fucking cellar.
Yeah.
Ovechkin's basement?
Like Ovechkin's, like, you know.
Attic.
Yeah. But anyways, so
Ovechkin's bathroom.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's been nice to see some winning hockey for once, and
yeah, I'm really happy for you, dude. It's awesome.
I know you are.
I love it. It's awesome.
But,
good.
Dude, you know who the hero of that game was?
Bunting.
Yeah. And he scored that winning goal, and now Pittsburgh is on a roll. And who knows? We're playing Toronto next. That's a big matchup. Every game's a winning game.
You need that game.
But no, it's not only that game.
You need every game.
No, I think we need to beat Detroit, and we need to beat the Islanders. The rest we can lose, but it's going to be so much harder.
You also need those teams to lose too.
Thing is Pittsburgh's also getting some help in the form of Philly losing to Columbus.
That's a tough one.
Other teams losing, like it's not quite in their hands.
No.
They need to beat Detroit. And yeah, okay, the Islanders, and then maybe it's in their hands.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still at the mercy of
other teams.
That crapshoot of an Eastern Conference that's just battling.
Oh, it's bad, man. And like, dude, nobody's talking about the Islanders. The Islanders are third in the Metro with 85 points.
Having a hell of a season.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, he is.
He's got like 36 goals. God bless.
Well,
God bless.
Dude, they wouldn't have had this season if they didn't train. I fully believe that the coaching change and bringing Patrick Waugh was a huge thing for them.
Whistling without no whistle, he whistles his teeth.
No, yeah,
hyena. It's crazy.
Like, dude, he's a great coach, man, and he came in and he's like, "Yo, there's no fucking around."
He's a hard-nosed coach.
Exactly, and that's
Hall of Famer. Like, what are you gonna say to Patrick?
Yeah, you're gonna tell him no.
Dude, go stop a puck, man.
Yeah, no.
You don't even play forward.
Yeah.
And he like backhands you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just chops you.
Stop this.
Yeah. No, he's like the East is. It's going to be fun. It gives you something to watch because in the West that is.
It's not the case. You're already set up. No. And going off of Philadelphia, dude, Carter Hart, you're a shitty person, but do they miss you?
Yeah, they do.
Their goaltending has been abysmal.
Well,
their defense has been terrible. And John Tortorella, like, this has been the case, right? Like, It seems like it's getting to the players a lot. Because you see John Tortorella after every single fucking game, just reaming at one player after another,
He's trying.
Of course.
He's doing what he can because this team's overexceeded expectations. So he needs to do what he can, and it's crunch time.
I think they got comfortable, man.
They did.
Well, speaking of comfortable, you want to talk about comfortable. Vancouver Canucks are just like not good, or are they good? What are they? I know they don't have Lindholm. I know they don't have Demko, but this whole thing of the West being locked in, absolutely. But if you're any team in the West, what's one team that you would be fine playing?
Vancouver. Yeah, I'd be fine playing Vancouver.
Or like Vegas.
No, I would not
be playing Vegas.
I would not be okay playing Vegas at all.
Dude, the scariest team in that bit right now to me is Nashville.
No, I don't.
The role they're on, the heat.
Well, not even that, but like if you look on paper, yes, but like, dude, in the last, like, they do damage, man. Like their roster hasn't changed a whole lot in the last few years. They've had some ups and downs and whatever, but that is a chippy team who knows how to win hockey games, and they play a grinder style that just wins games. It's not fun to watch. They play like. Speaking of like teams that are not fun to watch, I cannot watch LA play hockey. I can't, dude. It's a winning system. The 1-3-1, I get it.
Congrats.
I can't watch them play, man. It is like I'd rather watch fucking paint dry.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's bad.
I'm like, dude, man, it's low scoring games. And it works for them. And like, by all means, if it works, it works. Whatever.
They're
but
a lean back attack team. They trap, and then they find their opportunities. And like they smoked my Canucks 6-3.
See, and
shorthanded goals, but special teams are a killer. Like they're just a team that in the playoffs can actually do some damage.
100%.
Boring hockey does not mean
it's not good hockey.
Mm-hmm.
It just means not entertaining. Well, those guys can really do something.
Well, dude, they played Edmonton the last 2 years in a row, was it not?
Yeah, and they got knocked out both years.
Yeah, but they gave them a real good run for their money, man.
Of course.
And Edmonton, like, that's not a team that should lose to LA. And I think they went to Game 7 both years. I know it was Game 6 or 7. I know it was Game 7 the first year. Then it was
deep.
Dude, they're a sneaky good team.
I think LA is a perfect matchup for the Oilers because of the boring hockey, because they play the shutdown trap.
Well, yeah, it's fast paced, all offense versus slow pace
versus defense.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to bring up about the Canucks, and like I'm glad that you're finally experiencing it. I'm not glad, of course, but you're getting the Casey DeSmith experience.
The full.
I guess you would know all about that, eh?
The thing is he's not a starter.
He's not.
He is a fully capable backup.
But remember what we were saying? He needs to be sheltered, and he needs to play the lower end teams. If you look at his numbers against the lower end teams, he posts a 948 against the Columbuses, against the terrible Ducks, the worst team in the league.
Worst team in the league.
You got the Chicago Blackhawks, 948. But then when he plays against teams like, I'm just gonna throw Pittsburgh out there, but not Pittsburgh, but like Toronto, like
Sure.
LA, like
offensive dangerous teams.
Yeah, offensive dangerous teams. Yeah. He posts an 886.
Vegas,
yeah, he posts an 886 with a 4.2. I think it was a 4.2 goal against average.
That being said, I think it's because if when the playoffs come around and if Demmer can't play, it's gonna be DeSmith.
Yeah.
So they're giving him the game against LA. They're giving him games. But this Archer Seeloff's guy, who has been in our system for a while, like he is the future, and he's young and thrust into this situation. He's played quite well. And I know myself as well, a lot of Canucks fans wanted Seeloff's in against LA. They want him to be the guy, but the thing is, he's just inexperienced. We know that in the playoffs, if something happens to Demmer, it has to be DeSmith.
It has to.
So they're priming DeSmith up for Demmer to come back. But I am confident. Like, I hope DeSmith goes off and signs like a $3 million deal somewhere as a backup or like the 1B. Go for it, kid. Love it. I'm not against guys getting paid, but not here. I'm comfortable with Seeloff's. I think the Canucks would be so much better with Demko back, and they will be. I'm still worried. I'm not quite putting the Fugazi fake crap against the Canucks, but I'm not.
You're pretty close.
I'm not as excited as I was a couple of months ago.
Well, and that's the thing. Through this whole season, I wasn't trying to shit on the Canucks or anything.
It was hard to in the beginning.
You got to realize though, like at the beginning of the year, the PDO was like, the PDO, was insanely high, and that's not sustainable. And I'm sorry, Lindholm hasn't really worked out.
I gotta say, I gotta interrupt for 1 minute, and you know what I'm gonna say to you right now?
Go for it, whatever.
We fleeced you guys. Kuzmenko has been so good for us in the last 10 games, dude. No, he has. He's gotten, I think, in his last 5 games, he's gotten, 5 goals. He's gotten a bunch of points.
Points were never the problem.
No, it was never the problem.
The way he's... I'm not going to lie. The last few Calgary games, I didn't watch them because I'm a little heartbroken.
Fair.
Yeah.
I've been watching more Florida, but, dude, just watching him play, and now you can tell he's got his groove in Calgary. He's playing with Huberdeau, and I believe he's playing with Sharon Govich. Man, he can move it, man. He can move with that puck, dude. And he's getting comfortable now. And he looks really good there. He looks good in red too.
Yeah,
he does.
And then
may I? Sorry.
Yeah.
I told you.
You did.
He would get you points.
You did.
I told you would like him.
Mm-hmm.
I told you he would be good. There's a reason why we didn't have him. It's because he couldn't play a defensive good game.
Definitely not.
And yes, he is getting his goals.
Oh, it's so nice. That's nice goals too.
How many wins do the Flames get?
We don't need to talk about that part.
But that's
why
it's
a part of it. Yeah, exactly.
It's because he is empty calorie points.
That's true.
He's going to be a net -0, maybe a -1, but he has a goal and an assist. But if you're a -1,
to be fair,
what are we doing?
He actually hasn't been on the ice with that many goals against. When he first got into Calgary, he was.
Yeah, okay.
He's getting there. I think Calgary right now is... I don't want to talk about them too much just because there's no point talking about them.
They're bottom feeder fucking team.
There's not much to talk about. I honestly think we were clawing there, and we knew we were just out of that reach. I think they're tanking. I'm not going to lie. I don't...
Sure.
The way that they were playing a month ago compared to now, that doesn't just happen. You know what I mean? I think they're tanking. We need to get out of that mediocre pick. We have a bunch of draft capital. Fucking tank the rest of the season, try and get a top 10 pick, and then go from there. But no, Kuzmenko's been good. Lindholm for you guys hasn't. He started off really strong, but that's to be expected when you get traded.
The thing about Lindholm, yes, points wise, wasn't good, but since the Canucks acquired Lindholm, their shot share, their goals against, everything defensively.
Oh, he's great defensively.
Was some of the tops.
Yeah, he's great
so good.
defensively.
He's very, very good.
And there's still everybody's hush-hush about injuries. I hate the way the NHL deals with injuries. You never know anything.
I don't know why they do that.
We think really it's a risk.
No, it's because it's for the players. Like, you don't if you say he's injured, then somebody either they're not going to sign him to a big contract, they're not going to trade them, they're not going to there's a lot of reasons to why they don't.
Rumor is Lindholm, it's a wrist thing, so that's why maybe his shot, but he was also still dominating faceoffs. He's so smart at center ice. His defensive play is insane, and Canucks got him to play in the top 6 with Pettersson. That didn't work out, so unfortunately we put him on the third line. But your 3 centers being Miller, Pettersson, Lindholm,
that's dominant, man.
It's nice.
It's not what you wanted. You wanted a top 6 winger, a top 6 option. Mm-hmm. But if that's what you're getting, is a solid for Canucks fans of the past, a Manny Malhotra type on the third line that just wins faceoff, shuts it down. Low impact hockey, kills penalties.
He's very good in the PK as well.
Very good.
And one thing about Lindholm that's really nice is if you actually watch him play, the amount he stick lifts and the amount that he actually chops at pucks and puck battles, he never goes to the box.
No.
It's rare he goes to the box. For the amount he gets his stick near the hands, he's very good at stick lifts, and he's very good at sneaking behind and stick lifting on the PK.
Definitely.
He's fantastic at it. He's good at dumping, and in this slot, dude, he has a shot. He can snipe when he wants to. Obviously,
he can score.
He can, yeah. It's just
if he can get back to 85% of himself for the playoffs. Let's say he comes back, plays a little injured, but he's a defensive stalwart.
Mm-hmm.
That's super valuable in the playoffs.
100%.
So I know the Canucks have been not so good, but
not great.
Demko and probably one of the better, let's put them top 3 defensive players on the team are missing. Like, we get those guys back. I just have to hope, guys. I have to hope.
Of course you have to. Buddy, I'm in the same boat as you. Like, I get the hope, but of course you're in first and I'm in 7th. But anyways, so I get it, but if Demko doesn't come back, you better hope you get LA. Because then the goaltending is about the same. Smith and Talbot.
I want Nashville.
I would rather have LA. Man.
I don't think you want Nashville, dude.
I don't want any of it.
You don't want Roman Yossi, Philip Forsberg. You don't want those guys.
UC Saros.
Ryan O'Reilly's on a fucking tear right now, dude.
UC Saros,
you guys don't want those guys.
UC Saros can just flip a switch and be the best goalie in the league.
I know. But I also watched the last 2 games against LA, and sometimes matchups are a thing.
They are.
Where we just can't penetrate LA's
that system,
1-3-1.
Man.
But can we go toe to toe to Nashville?
Offensively, yes, and goaltending, no.
If Demko's back, yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can go toe to toe with him because Demko's a top 5 goalie in the league.
I think he's a top 3 goalie.
I think he's a top 3.
No, dude, I Hellebuck number 1.
Yeah,
100%.
And
Saros,
and then I'm
Shesterkin. I'm sorry, I have Shesterkin ahead of him.
I'm putting Demko over those guys.
Shesterkin has a way better record, better team, but Shesterkin also, if you were to talk to me at the beginning of the season, Demko number 2 all day.
Sure.
But Shesterkin has been probably the best goalie in the last month and a half. And it's not deniable.
His first name's Igor.
Yeah, that's fine. Igor's been fucking...
You gotta look at the defensive core of each of those teams, too. It also
what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Quinn Hughes, Adam Fox.
Yeah,
they're about the same.
Different
Quinn Hughes
style
is probably
players,
better.
Quinn Hughes is better.
He's better,
but that's
exactly. So Demko's got the average. Exactly, that's what I'm getting
against
at.
Yeah, actually, Hronik's pretty gross.
Hronik's
pretty gross.
Hronik's like the Devon Taves of fucking.
I'm taking Devon Taves over Hronik.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, me too. But
especially his contract.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm getting at.
What's Devon Taves making?
He's at 6 right now.
6?
Yeah, Hronik. But anyways, and then you go down the Rangers. You got fucking, look at their defense. Half of them are injured, by the way. So you got Adam Fox, you got Trouba. Keandre Miller's injured, is he not?
Keandre Miller is a player.
He's a player. He's a dog, dude.
He's injured, though.
He's a dog.
As far as I know.
With the way he plays, it wouldn't...
I could be completely wrong, but literally half of their fucking D-core is injured, and Shesterkin has
Rangers
still,
are scary.
and they've still been putting up the numbers that they do. I still think they're
Rangers
Fugazis, especially after that Pittsburgh game.
I
But
don't
I don't have them.
Hey,
going.
man, you might be playing him in the first round, so I guess you'll find out.
I think we could beat them. I'm sorry. I think Pittsburgh.
Well, look how that went a few years ago, though.
Yeah.
If you play him again, you know Trouba's going to be fucking heading Crosby like it was a few years ago. You guys would have won that. You guys 100% would have won that series until that hit on Crosby, and it changed everything.
Yeah, it changed.
Isn't that the way it goes?
Yeah,
dude, I'm not going to go about this too deep, but Trouba, although he's a clean player, makes clean hits, he's a fucking dirty player. I don't care what anybody says.
Love him.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
I love those kind of players, but against
he's
the hits he makes, dude, they're so
dirtbag.
unnecessary, and like that's one thing. But he does headhunt, and you know he does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
He's
and
always
everyone's
been like
always
that.
clean, but he's not a clean player.
Oh,
He just
boy.
makes clean hits.
This wasn't on the agenda, but it's so spectacular. Did you see the Ottawa game last night?
Dude, Brady Tkachuk's like, I get that he's he's a captain, he's emotional and shit, but he's got to get under control, man.
Yeah, he does.
He-
have to
An
do
empty
that.
net goal and he fucking loses his shit. Like, just relax.
The hypocrisy of him losing his
Yeah.
mind over an empty net goal
That wasn't even disrespectful.
wasn't even.
He
It's
pushed it in.
not a slap shot into an empty
No,
net.
That
And they
makes
lost
sense.
their mind, and it was a big thing. The hypocrisy is hilarious.
And
to
like,
me.
I know, like, we're not big on this plus minus thing, but like, when you're a minus 20 or minus 15, it's a fucking issue, dude.
yeah, it's
like-
not everything, but if it's a glaring number,
It's been a glaring number for him every single
whole
year.
career. And I'm like, and you guys know how I feel about the Tkachuk brothers. Like, I love their game.
Yeah, you suck Matthews off.
Yeah, shut up.
That's how it is.
But the thing is, like, he's got to get his emotions under control, man. He like fighting's one thing, and making hits like that's his bread and butter. That's one thing as a power
16
forward.
hits, the most ever recorded in the NHL in a single game.
Exactly, but it's to a point where like you got to bring more to the table as a captain, man.
Yep.
Like his brother had that problem in Calgary. He was just being too much of a rat at one point, and they're like, dude, you got to stop. Like you're just causing scrums for no fucking reason.
I blame that on the depth of Ottawa.
But
I don't think he wants to be there, to be honest.
They don't have the guys that are doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let these guys go out and score goals. Your top six, their goal is to score goals. The bottom six can disrupt and mix it up in the top six. But when your bottom six isn't doing the work and you're the captain and you're an aggressive, capable guy, so now you're the one jumping guys. Now you're the one getting aggressive and trying to drag guys into the fight. They need a bottom six that can throw big hits,
Grit their
drag into
teeth
the
and
fight,
get it done.
Yeah.
create power plays so that he can go out and work his magic. He is doing everybody's job, and that's a fucking problem.
It also doesn't help that they also have the worst goaltending. in the
Yeah,
league,
I don't
like,
think he wants to be there,
statistically.
man.
Like, they
I
have
honestly don't.
No, but on paper they actually
They
kind
should be
of
better.
they should look.
They should be better.
Everybody was saying at the beginning of the year, you know what, maybe Ottawa might have a chance.
How many teams?
But they've
are
had this
in that
problem for the
boat?
last 4 years now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
With like the Brinket and Chikrin and everybody.
I think it's time to start putting some of the blame on Brady Tkachuk.
Yes, and also they got rid of their coach finally. That's a good thing.
That was a long time coming.
Oh yeah. But I feel bad for that man because like I want Ottawa to do well. You know, like they haven't really been good since they got rid of Erik Karlsson anyway. Like let's be real. So that's whatever. But
I'm hearing a little rumor, boy, that Erik Karlsson actually might go back there.
I don't think so.
Because of
Dude.
Daniel Alfred.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. There's a little bit of rumor boy there.
That I think is squashed now that Pittsburgh's relevant.
Also, who's going to
The
deny
dude's
it?
still like way overpaid.
Way overpaid.
He like 50 plus
It's
point
still nice.
defenseman is nice.
And speaking of, like, I hate going back to Pittsburgh, but it's because they're so, like, relevant right now as it is.
Absolutely.
If Pittsburgh gets into the playoffs, there has to be some votes for Crosby to be MVP.
Oh, 100%.
And I think it's like my argument for it is I'm tired. I think we talked about this. I'm tired of giving the MVP to the guy who has the most points.
The McDavids.
The
It's like,
McDavid.
he's not MVP.
Like, it's dude,
Like,
you take McDavid off, they're probably still a playoff team.
He's the best in the league.
Yeah.
Which is your Art Ross's and whatever. Like, give him that trophy. MVP belongs to most valuable player to their team. And if Pittsburgh makes the playoffs, Crosby dragged him there.
literally buy their jerseys, like pulling them.
And
at 36 years old,
losing
man.
Gensel.
Well,
40 goal scorer.
Yeah, the age thing like pisses me off because it's like we shouldn't factor the age thing into it.
But it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. It is a big deal. But like also at the
deal.
same time, like since Gensel's left, Crosby's defensive numbers have gone up. Like I think it's like two times more.
Insane.
And he's also potted 40 goals, which is fucking insane for him.
This is why age does matter because it's 40 goals at 36. No, like. Lemieux and Gretzky did not, I think it's over 35, did not have 40 goal seasons at his age.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? If Crosby can put up another point per game record next year, he breaks the record.
He breaks the record.
20.
And he's at 20. Yeah, he's tired. He's tied right now at 19 with
Gretzky.
Yeah.
But if the Penguins don't make it,
then you give it to your McKinnon, your Kucherov.
It's got to be Kucherov.
Yeah,
it's got to be Kucherov.
See, I'm so glad that you've said that because I've been preaching the Kucherov train for so long.
He's so good, dude.
He's like nobody puts him at the top 3 players in the league. I have Kucherov at number fucking 3, dude. I have Kucherov at number
insane.
2. It's for me. It's McKinnon, McDavid, Kucherov. That's who.
Yeah, I'm fair with that.
That's my list.
I would do a little flip flop at 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, love it or hate it.
That's like nobody's going to argue with your 1 and 2.
Exactly.
And honestly, nobody should argue with the top 3.
Yeah,
no.
but
like in no order: Cooch, McKinnon, McDavid, and like if you want to put Cooch ahead of those guys, that's maybe an argument.
Yeah. Okay.
But McDavid is. It makes no sense. He's a cheat code.
I just think McKinnon brings more to the table, of course, right?
He's a more well-rounded player.
Yeah, I think he brings way more to the table. But I'm glad you brought up the Kucherov thing because he deserves the respect that like a lot of people don't give him. And I keep saying that he is underrated, and everybody hates me for saying that. But I think he's underrated because of that factor. Yeah, it's like the Barkov thing. Everybody says for fucking 4 years.
He's underrated. I'm like, he can't be underrated when you say this 5 fucking years ago.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. That's what I'm saying. So it's time to get over that and say it's Kucherov.
It's like giving people the unsung hero award for the second year in a row.
Diamond in the dust.
He's been sung. We're singing his song.
Yeah, we've been singing his song for the last 4 fucking years.
None of these guys are underrated. It's just
undervalued.
Yeah. That's a fine way of saying it. Like Kucherov is like a $14 million player.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like there's no denying it. Like I would take him. There's only 2 other guys in the league that I would take.
That's McKinnon and McDavid.
It's McKinnon and McDavid.
And McKinnon is honestly like even like questionable sometimes.
Like
the way Kucherov plays sometimes, dude. Like, well, who's winning in point? Is it McKinnon right now?
McKinnon's leading right now.
2 points?
Yeah.
Like, just, I don't know.
But Kucherov has 5, I think it's 5 less games played. I could be wrong. Could be
I know he has more games in hand, yeah. So, I don't know, man. Like, it just, those 2, I could just interchange them.
The problem is Kucherov's a wing and McKinnon's a center. That's why it's more valuable to me.
The centers will always be
more valuable.
Valuable.
Exactly.
They rightfully so.
You know what's more valuable to me, though? Bringing back old school hockey. You know who does that? Both those New York teams.
Yeah.
That's nuts. I loved it. I love it.
Matt Rempe.
Dude, he's a dog, bro.
He has changed.
He's not even a dog. That guy's a hyena. Not even a hyena. He's like a tiger. He doesn't give a shit.
Well, and dude, if Ryan Reeves is advocating
bro, if Ryan Reeves gives you the nod, you're
the guy. You're the next guy up, dude.
It even seems like the entire team in New York has played different. Since this kid came out. They're we can't let this young kid do it. So the veterans, like everybody's kind of just grown 2 inches,
dogging it up,
got a bit buffer and tougher. Like it's
and the stat line that you threw out. Can you tell me the stat line again against New Jersey?
So I believe it is. He's played 3 games against this Jersey team, and I think he has under 6 minutes of time on ice.
And that is fucking
3 ejections. And
he's gotten ejected every time.
3 ejections. He's played less than 6 total minutes against their biggest rival.
Yeah.
How do you not fall in love with this guy?
Oh, buddy, I love this kid. He's like, he's amazing. And
New York City, Madison Square Garden. This kid's
6'7".
You're pumping everybody. The crowd's coming down on you.
He's handsome. Like, let's go. He's just wrecking people. Constantly black eyes.
Yeah,
Like,
he's awesome.
If he has to pay for a meal, like,
oh, dude, he's never paying.
Nobody's paying. Yeah,
100%.
You know, like, buddy, you got this one. You can't even see right now. Here
what are
you go.
You gonna pass him the check?
Yeah, yeah.
Dummy.
Yeah,
I'm not paying this.
You know, just picks him up. Just picks him up against the table.
100%. This guy is. I do worry about the longevity of that.
Yeah.
He's a young kid, and you
Bob Probert type
because he's a gamer, but he's not a world destroyer. Like, he has that fight against Delorier and stuff. Like,
oh man,
he takes shots.
Or like
he's not destroying guys.
He's not.
Guys.
No, he's just going
in battles.
Yeah, he's just
and
pumping.
He's a gamer, so I worry about longevity. But for this year, for a team is New York in first place.
Yep.
And they got that rallying.
Dude, once playoff time comes, too,
he's gonna be a machine.
It's gonna be so hard to play against, dude.
Yes and no. Yes, I know. Like, absolutely.
He's going to make mistakes.
But exactly. Playoff hockey, when it all ramps up, he might get a bit too horny for hits.
Yeah.
Because he's a big body. He makes reckless hits.
He does.
He has
literally hit against.
He's just a young kid trying to make his name.
Exactly.
Right? So he's going to do the extra.
And once the playoffs come, I think, like, it's on the coach, it's on the veterans to kind of pull him back a bit and say, like, hey, pick your spots. We got this. Let's skill them. If you see your opening, bury
it.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, there is a very real possibility that he gets too horny for hits and he makes some dumb decisions that put them down 5 minutes and a man.
I want to see the Rangers in Florida play, dude.
Oh.
Dude, the amount of chaos. Because let's be real, who's the most rat-filled team in the league that's the most, like, aggressive and just is, like, the most fun to watch? To me, it's Florida. Between Kirk Cousins, Kachuk, and all those guys who just played that rat game.
Yeah.
And they have turned into a very physical team, and that team, like, with all the scrums, that'd be fun. That game would be nuts.
That'd be fun.
You know what? I'm going to say it. I think Boston's the biggest fugazi in the league.
I can't bet against Boston. Dude.
Their goaltending's too good.
Ever since last year.
Yeah, but what are they going to do? They're going to keep rolling that in the playoffs? They did that last year, and look what happened against the rat team against Florida. The reason why I bring that up is just because I thought about the rat team, and, like, obviously, you know, like, the Rangers would have to go through not Boston. Florida would have to go through Boston. The Rangers would have to go through Carolina. They'd have to meet in the Eastern Conference Final, right? So, like, I was thinking about the matchups towards that, and that's how I got to Boston. But
my argument to that is, Boston flamed out last year. Tampa got swept by Blue Jackets.
That's another team too.
And they came back stronger.
Won the cup.
And like, I'm just not ever willing.
I'm not betting against Boston, dude.
To put anything against Boston.
It's okay, I'll bet against Boston for you. I think Tampa takes.
Buddy, I said they weren't even going to make the playoffs this year, and they're still stupid good.
Well, it makes no sense.
It doesn't, man. They just lose their best centerman. They lose
Crosby and Bergeron are gone,
and they're still so good. Like, it makes
a lot of sense. A lot of it comes down to, of course, the goaltending, right?
defensive system,
and defensive system. Like, not Bruce Cassidy.
Like Pasternak.
Is it Bruce Cassidy? No, it's not Bruce Cassidy.
No, it's Jim Montgomery.
Yeah, thank you, Jim Montgomery. You got to give credit to Jim Montgomery because he's a fantastic fucking coach. For one,
it's the locker room too.
It's
Chara to Bergeron to Marchand. The leadership has bled down, and they have an established thing since 2011 when they win a cup. They have been relevant, which is wild.
They haven't been bad.
It's been over a decade.
They've made the cup final twice since then.
Yeah, and like they should not be as elite, and like the 1-2 punching goal is absolutely insane. But I think a lot has to be said about their leadership and
how close that room is together.
And it starts with Chara, who taught Bergeron, and Bergeron, like, say one bad thing about that.
You can't.
No, you can't. You can't. But like,
then now Marchand's a captain, and honestly, we could say multiple bad things about that guy.
Yeah.
But man, has he done a good job as a captain?
He'll bleed for that team, though.
Yeah, and I hate admitting
you pull up
it.
the standings on your phone.
He's done a fantastic job.
As far as I know, I want Jared to check the standings while we're talking here. But as far as I know, they're playing Tampa in the first round. Correct? Am I wrong? Please check this out.
New York's first.
So now,
because if
so it would they'd be playing Detroit.
Okay, no.
Oh yeah.
It would be Tampa.
It'd be Tampa.
There's no, Tampa takes it.
I don't think so.
I do. The defense is better in Tampa.
Tampa
think so, has the best number one power play in the league. I think they're top 5 in the PK. They have Vasilevsky.
I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that I know what's going to happen. All I know is I will watch that series.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea, dude.
I think Tampa takes it in Game 7. Game 6, actually. So,
but
you guys are no longer in a wildcard spot.
Yeah, I know. It's because Detroit won today. But that's fine. It's that they have a game ahead of
Who did Detroit?
Buffalo.
Oh, man, Buffalo, get good.
Dude, that's another team that's
disappointing. To be good. I like Buffalo.
I've never hated Buffalo.
I want them to be good.
I've always loved Buffalo ever since Jack got
Buffalo.
there,
what are you doing? Get good.
Dude.
Well, it's when you bring in a young goaltender, right?
Devin Levy.
He's get Levi.
He's gonna be good one day.
Yeah. But
when he gets good,
Uka-Puka-Lukanen.
Yeah, Uka-Puka-Lukanen. Sickest name in the league, dude.
Name in the
other than Clutterbuck.
Or
Clutterbuck has a sick name.
I don't know. Uka-Puka-Lukanen.
Yeah, that's a sick name.
You're gonna tell me that's not?
That's top
A1?
top 2.
That's
top 2.
A1.
Jet Wu.
Yeah, Jet Wu is pretty sick.
Well, he's never gonna make the show.
Yeah.
I saw him play.
Jet Wu, speaking of Jet Wu, oh my god, dude, I had the funniest fucking story I did. I was like, because like I know Jet Wu, right?
Oh, humble brag.
Anyway, so like we were at dinner with my wife's parents' house, right? And like she's like, we're like sitting there eating dinner and everything, and like we're talking about the Abbotsford Canucks game, and then she's like, yeah, like I really love that Jet Wu guy, and then he's like, when the stepdad's like getting like father-in-law's getting all like kind of jealous a little bit, right? My wife would explain it better, but like it was so fucking funny because she was like, oh no, every time I saw Jet Wu, I was like, woo, every time, and I was like, yeah, like he doesn't live that far from here because he lives in Abbotsford, and the dad goes, don't fucking tell her that, man, don't tell her that.
Honestly, I didn't even think of that until now. Like, if you're in the show, like you can do it in the A or whatever, but having the last name Wu,
it's sick.
Imagine being an offensive defenseman and you snipe a goal.
Yeah,
Woo! Woos all over the house.
Yeah, dude.
That's pretty good.
No, you get the Ric Flair thing for sure.
Dude, yeah, she was fucking. She loves her Woo, dude, and it was pretty adamant after the game.
Hey, we all love Jet Wu here.
Yeah, shout out to Jet Wu, man. He's a beauty, but not gonna make the team. But sorry, that's just a little tidbit. I'll get my wife to explain it after the thing here. It's a little bit better when she explains it. But
yeah, you're a terrible storyteller.
I know. Gotta get a little bit better at it, to be honest. But
on that note,
yeah, dude.
You guys want to talk about more?
No, I'm just excited to see the playoffs finally get started here. I'm tooth and nail right now.
I am all Florida. I haven't watched a Calgary game in about a week, and I'm on the Florida, and we'll see what goes. And I hope you guys make the playoffs. I'd like to see you guys make the playoffs because it'd be good for Crosby and just that redemption arc of like how the last season went and how this season started. And he's fucking clawing, man.
It's been great.
The pride of Nova Scotia.
When even when Pittsburgh played Washington, I was hoping for them to win, obviously for your sake, and they won. And Ovechkin scored.
That's another thing.
And I'm like,
Ovechkin's on a
that's the perfect outcome.
And then when Penguins they lost
and then
Carolina.
Ovechkin again plays next game. I'm like, well, they got to lose. They lose. Ovechkin scores again. This guy, man, he
wants it.
He's gonna get 30, and then now all of a sudden we're all shutting our mouths about like not maybe. I said it a couple weeks ago in the pod. Like if he's gonna make it, it's probably not going to be in like, and I'm wrong.
He wants it, man. I think for a bit there, I think maybe he was injured. To be honest,
It was.
I think he was.
Again, rumor boy, but there was a thing going out.
But no, he wants it, and I think he will do it in Washington. Yeah, I'm taking back my word. I think he will do it in Washington.
He will do it in the next
2 years,
17 months.
Yeah, he might do it next year.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see that, even as a Penguins fan. But boys, we gotta wrap this up here. I've got a little bit of Bannock to make, and there's a little bit of WrestleMania going on. Cody Rhodes, you better fucking finish the story.
No.
You better finish the story, Cody.
No, you don't.
You better finish this story.
Go dye your
I
hair.
swear to God, it's already died.
Go
But
dye
anyways,
your hair.
finish the story. I got WrestleMania going, boys. Anyways, Vancouver Flames, we will be there. We'll see you in the streets, and we will
see you in your sheets.
All right, boys, keep talking that stick. Love you guys.
Let's go.
Like, subscribe, and share.
Where?